JD's Cajun Kitchen. Yes, we have a local food truck up here in Wyoming that serves Southern food. Gotta love it. And I'm hoping it's everything I'm expecting it to be. Yes, this is family owned and operated, and actually they were kind enough to give me a sample platter of everything they got right here, you know, for a good price, and I'm gonna appreciate that, and I can't wait to enjoy it. So I just wanted to let people know in the town and everything that we do have some Southern food here, Louisiana actually, but you know, the flavors are still there, and we want to give them a try, and that's where we're at on that. And yeah, this is the sample plate that I actually ended up getting from them, and man, the moment I opened this box, the aroma just hit with nothing but pure goodness. So I can't wait to get into this. Gator tail right here. Gator tail. Oh yeah, just the right spice on it too. Shrimp étouffée. Étouffée is delicious. Oh my goodness. I'm enjoying all the flavors. They just pop as soon as you stick it in your mouth. It's awesome. After having a couple of good bites of that good old Southern food, we decided to take the rest and pass it on to Mama at work. On the way home, decided to swing in and take a look at the river and see the height, the current, and the flow, so we can see what we got to deal with here on the upcoming float that we're about to do down this river here. And from the looks of it, it looks quite pleasant, to tell you the truth. So in the next week or so, I hope to be floating down the North Platte River here that's right next to me. And I'm ready for that. Some people already enjoying the float down the river as we speak. Definitely a beautiful day for it. And back in the truck. Besides me floating everywhere here and there on this intro, we're gonna go ahead and hit the play button on the main event that we expect to show y'all. The Interpretive Center Museum, inside and out. And we're gonna let y'all enjoy that as well. You know where we go from here, so once again, stick around and enjoy the show. Okay, Mama and I decided to come out. She told me about an event that's going on today at actually the Interpretive Museum Center and Scenic Overlook. As you can read there, we're about to go into the museum itself. Reenactors and some things set up outside here. We're going to come back and check out some blacksmithing and some pioneer style showmanship. Do a little walkthrough and show and enjoy it. Okay, one of the people came up and definitely gave us some decent instructions. We just walked in the door and figured give you a decent little intro of the first impression as soon as you walk in. As you see, there's part of the interpretation setups, lifelike in that room, and we'll get to that in a bit. But we're just gonna go around and enjoy what we see here and there and share here and there as well. And that's where I'm at on that. Here's another wonderful thing about the native culture, the buffalo. As you see here, this shows you every single piece of the buffalo that when it was killed, hunted, every piece was used through the native culture versus some of the Western culture that came this direction. And wanted to share that as well. Nothing ever went to waste when they hunt and killed anything. for any type of resource. At this interpretive area, they actually have a little listener to kind of give you a heads up on how 3 different Indian tribes ended up here in Wyoming. The Sioux, the Arapaho, and the Shoshone. And what's also cool about these designs, everything that is put on this right here is buffalo hide all the way around. Just wanted to share that. Some of the trading items, and here is some drawings of horses on a piece of hide. Also, salt was a big trade. This is really cool right here. Check out the grizzly claw necklace in copper. It's just a few items. This area here is what most people are mostly familiar with, especially thanks to a awesome computer game that was played a lot in schools, the Oregon Trail. And that's what this section of the museum represents in this area. Basically explaining all the migration, the hardships, and the adventures that everybody had to deal with. And it gives you a chance to kind of fit in on the journey. Here, honestly, is a true simulation that, well, today it's closed up, but you could actually get in here and sit down and feel like you are honestly going on the trail. And this is a hydraulic buggy that actually moves to give you the same feeling of what it would be like on the trail itself. And I've been on it. I've been in here before with my daughter through a field trip. As you can see, there's a man right there, gentleman, that's talking about getting ready to haul out. And yeah, you get to enjoy the bumps and jumps like everybody else had to deal with daily during the Oregon Trail migration. You know, piece of history right there. Just wish to share. A little viewing station of different landscapes that you could actually put the pictures in and see, you know, how realistic it used to be for anybody that was traveling. And like I said, they got different slides you can put in there and move it around and get yourself into the moment. Pretty cool. A lot of this stuff is authentic right here. That was part of the Oregon Trail, or what people desired to carry on their wagons through the Oregon Trail themselves. Believe it or not, it was rare that the people were honestly on the buggies due to the extra weight that the oxen had to carry. 90% of the time, unless you were truly disabled, sick, or couldn't even walk at all because you were a baby, you were honestly walking with the ox. And we're talking children probably from the age of 3 all the way up that were walking along with the buggies that carried all their supplies. This little system up, go ahead and give it a spin. This is honestly a rotometer, and if you can read it right there, yes, a handkerchief used to be tied to the spoke, and a child would have to count each full revolution for how far they would travel for that day. We're talking that was their job for the whole day. Imagine having to deal with that, going through severe heavy winds, drought, heat, you know, and all the above, and you're not allowed to interact with nothing more other than making sure you stay on top of your counts. It's pretty crazy. But that's what our ancestors did, and I do mean ancestors, not just mine. A lot of us who are living here today through lots of different ways. Everybody had to deal with something, right? Besides just the buggies, they actually had man-hand carts if you couldn't afford the rest. This is what a lot of people went down to come across. And yes, you could actually do this too to feel how much weight you're carrying and get an idea and understanding of what, once again, you know, ancestry, heritage of any type had to get here, you know. Real history right here just trying to be shown to you. And yeah, you can lift her up, crawl up underneath, get in there, and start giving it a pull. And it'll tell you how you're doing over there. It's pretty interesting. Once again, just sharing a piece of history here and there. And this is some of it I'm honored to share right now. I hope to get into more of what this little display explains in a later video when I go to another museum down the road that shows more on some of this with the materials outside and whatnot. But yeah, as far as having to cross the river, they had some interesting engineering. And this is just a little setup and a markup of what it was. Here's a true question for a lot of people. Could you carry this backpack 2,000 miles? We're talking all this items. Yeah, it don't look like much right there. And once again, they got a little system set up right here for you to actually crawl up underneath, put your shoulders in, and lift it. And give you an experience of how much all that weight is honestly put together. And that's 2,000 miles we're talking. If you had the money and was able to get around in a taxi, this was it. Nice little carriage. We're gonna go crawl inside and check it out. Yep. Oh, well, the stick ain't coming in. That's for sure. I can crawl up in here, have a seat. You know, you don't have much as far as lumbar support or, you know, on your butt, but it's something. And there's a screen they got set up on the side, a little button. Give you a start.
All right, people, let's get this coach loaded. We got to get back on the road. People, come this way, please. Let's get this team hitched up. We got a schedule to keep.
Francis, we're leaving. Come on now.
Yeah.
They be traveling with us all the way to St. Joe.
Kind of how it's gonna look and feel being in a carriage, and get to enjoy the experience, show you how it is. I'm gonna get into this too much, but this is definitely all about the Pony Express that came through here back in the day. And I was always one that enjoyed the history of knowing the Pony Express. Anyway, the Pony Express did not last long at all. If you're really curious and shocked, it lasted, I don't even think, 2 years. You can Google search that information if you need to get the exact accuracy. But yeah, the telegraph ended up coming in and getting rid of the Pony Express that quick. And let's send a message and see what happens. Let's give this a try. Follows the lights all the way there, and that's my answer. Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's practically what happened, is the telegram came in and got rid of the Pony Express that quick. Sure enough, after the Pony Express and the telegraphs came along was the railroad and getting that all taken care of. And there's plenty of interesting stories out there on how the railroads were put together and thrown in different spots. And that kind of wraps up just a little tidbit of what this museum is all about. Like I said, there is a lot more here that I am not going to truly share on that. But we're going to do a walkthrough just so you guys get an idea of you know, this, that, and the other through the interpretation of the models that they have set up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a special presentation outside your time. Thanks.
Like I was saying, there's just so much to enjoy and learn and educate yourself in just this museum alone, as well as practically every one of them out there. You just, you know, start to embrace the knowledge and try to, I guess, discard some of the ignorance and understand it is what it is. History is history. And I guess that's the best way I can explain that one. Jason right here, and he's one of the park rangers and part of the museum as far as one of the caretakers. And I just wanted to get a brief description of what this interpretive museum means, you know, in his words. So if you don't mind, please.
Yeah, thank you for sharing and being a part of our center today.
Yes,
this
sir.
is the National Historic Trails Interpretive Center, and we've been here almost 20 years, if you can believe that. But our entire focus is on sharing and educating people on the history that came right through here in the mid-1800s. So our focus is on Native American cultures. It is on mountain men and fur trappers, early explorers that came out west, and then all the pioneer trails that were heading west in the mid-1800s, such as the Oregon Trail, the Mormon Trail, the California and the Pony Express trails. But the whole reason why we are here today is to educate the people about the history and to share what we have here, right here in our great state of Wyoming.
Thank you very much. And I definitely can say I enjoy the hands-on because it sometimes gives you that extra understanding of some of the things that our ancestors, heritage, you name it, the history went through to get here.
And this is, you're exactly right, this is a very interpretive center. It's very interactive and hands-on. It's engaging for both young children and adults. And the best part of this is we have programs that we do all throughout the year, and everything is free here at the center. So come up and join us.
Thank you once again. I appreciate
You're
you
welcome.
so much. Once you're done enjoying this place, you know, they just like a lot of places, they have a nice little gift shop to find some extra memorabilia, or you know, any type of safekeepers that you wish to walk out of the museum with. and take with you on your fancy way. And that's where we're at on that. As I walk out the door, I'm going to take a quick moment to just enjoy this view and share it with y'all as well. I just enjoy it. And that's where we're at on that. Catch you on the next flip flop.